It was known as the Connecticut Western Reserve when the first comprehensive maps of the area were drawn. With plots and sections to the east and open lands known as the Firelands to the west, the part of the Ohio wilderness, which one day would be known as Medina County, was known to the mapmakers as unsurveyed land subject to Indian claims. In this region, game and fowl were plentiful, streams and lakes were clear, and the heritage of the old ones could be seen and heard through all the seasons. Established in 1812. At that time, the population of the entire Western Reserve was 1,300 hardy souls. Today, Medina County alone has a population exceeding 123,000.
Hubbard Valley Park is the first park to have a playground. Constructed in 1996, the facility was partially funded by a grant from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. A paved trail makes this site accessible to people of all abilities. The 18-acre lake is the largest in the park system and is popular for those who wish to bring their own canoe or rowboat to fish or to just float around the lake.
The Board of Park Commissioners approved a 10-year plan for the Park District in April of 1997. In late 1996, the board requested that the staff develop a plan of operation for the Park District for the next 10-year period. The plan was to address both the operation and capital improvement needs of the district during the planning period and recommendations on how to fund the plan. At present, all 13 parks and nature areas are funded by a 1/2 mil property tax that will expire on December 31 of this year. The total cost of land acquisition in 1997 was more than $1.7 million. The Park District now owns just over 2,000 acres, and the plan of the Park Commissioners is to purchase just over 3,000 acres in the next 10 years.
Okay, when we were outside a little earlier, we primarily talked about trees, didn't we? And the forest, and some of the things that grew out there. What a great place to live if you're a wildlife species or an animal, huh? We looked at all kinds of different nuts and berries. We talked about the places that animals live, like the hollow trees and the trees themselves underground. So a great place to live. What I want to do now primarily is talk about the animals that live out there in a forest situation. And folks, there are a lot of different kinds out there. Many, many different kinds. We have birds and mammals and...
And lions?
Not lions, not in Medina County. No, we don't have any lions. But wildlife comes in all different shapes and sizes, doesn't it? There's forms of wildlife that are so small, you need a microscope to see them. There are other forms of wildlife that are huge. I mean huge. Who can name me the largest animal living on Earth today?
Bear.
No.
A giraffe. Elephant.
No, that's a big animal, but an elephant. That's a big animal, but it's not the biggest. I mean, think big. Bigger than the building that we're sitting in right now.
A snake?
No. Think of the oceans. What is the biggest animal that lives in the ocean?
A shark. A shark. An alligator?
No.
A whale.
A whale. Very good. Thank you. Yes. The blue whale is the largest animal in the world.
In addition to land acquisition, the plan calls for the development of new park facilities, including new park and bike trails. 1996 saw a new park become a reality. We were on hand to record a documentary titled A Park Called River Styx.
the opening of River Styx Park in 1996, there are 6 open park sites in Medina County. In addition, there are 6 additional areas to be developed for the future. In 1997, the Lester Rail Trail, a bike hike trail in York Township, has been developed. Allerdale, a new park site in Granger Township, is also under development and will be opened in the fall of 1997. The Park District is currently planning the development of an environmental education center at Alderfer-Oehlenschlager Park in Sharon Township. Planning is underway and groundbreaking should occur in 1997. Plans are to complete the center for opening in 1998. As the population of Medina County continues to grow, people need more places to get away from it all. New park sites require additional land and development dollars. Asphalt, concrete, park employees and contractors combine to create new parks. Nature provides the setting for the people to interact with their surroundings in a relaxing and refreshing way. The Park District appreciates the support of Medina County residents in making our preservation goals a reality.
Stan and Esther Allard donated 125 acres of land to the Medina County Park District in 1992. Construction of the park started in 1995 and took 2 years to complete. Park's beautiful hills, creeks, and woods make an excellent spot for a county park. A 1-mile grass trail loops through the park, passing by the dedication rock. A handicapped, accessible trail leads from the parking lot to the picnic shelter.
This place. Stan was born here, lived all his life here, and I've lived here for 55 years with Stan. We didn't want these beautiful hills and valleys to be destroyed, and we felt the one way of preserving it was to give it to the park, so that in years to come other people can enjoy the green valleys, the beautiful trees, the birds, and the flowers, and love them as much as we have loved them.
A series of public presentations regarding the plan were made from April through November of 1997. At each of these presentations, participants were asked to vote on whether or not the Park District should complete its 10-year plan and how the plan should be funded. After these public presentations, it was determined that most of the county residents wanted the Park District to complete its 10-year plan and preferred a 1/4% sales tax to fund the Park District. The Board of Park Commissioners worked with the County Commissioners to work out the details of such a funding source and developed a contract outlining how sales tax funds could be handled. In late 1997, the Park Board officially requested that the County Commissioners place a 1/4% sales tax issue on the May 5th, 1998 ballot.
Good morning. I'm Bill Lockhart with GKL Construction. We're out at the wetlands from Medina County's park system. We're building this retention basin, which we're carving out as you look across here. The dozer's carving a notch out, the box approximately 2 foot deep. That's what this is designed for, is to hold about 2 foot of water through all periods, so we got wildlife and other things will be living in this area. The excavator's working on a core trench off the back side to build a bench to help retain this water in here. The water level will get range between, I'd say probably 4 foot deep at the most, and try to maintain about 2 foot deep for the wildlife that's going to live in here.
Oehlenschlager Nature Preserve, located in Sharon Township, is a special place. This 103-acre park was donated by Mrs. Ruth Oehlenschlager as a place for children to learn about nature. The property has been managed with this purpose in mind. Plantings of prairies, trees, and grasses have been accomplished. In 1995, a 4-acre wetland was constructed on the site for future educational programs. In 1997, the Board of Commissioners of the Park District awarded a contract to Myers Associates Architects of Medina to create plans for a building to house an environmental education center. This facility, when complete, will provide space for nature education programs, including laboratory and classroom. An emphasis will be placed on providing programs for school-age children, but programs will be provided for all ages.
We are located in the Till Plains, an area well eroded by the Ice Age. Glaciers rounded higher elevations and the deposits filled valleys. This earth developed into excellent soil for growing. Farms occupy 119,000 acres of the county's 422 square miles. As population increases, diversified land use, housing developments, superhighways, and manufacturing sites compete for the farmlands and woodlands of our 20th century way of life. And in this escalated use, public recreation parklands grow very slowly. The present park district occupies only 1,486 acres. These acres are sacred ground as we approach the 21st century.
My name is Dennis Hawk. I'm an advisor for the Akron Kenmore FFA. I live in Medina City. We're here today to do contests in dealing with forestry and soils. The students will be judging soils for urban use and rural use. They also will be doing a forestry contest whereby they have to measure trees, determine board feet, determine what equipment and identification of trees that are utilized in the forest industry. Our FFA chapters are involved in the Medina County Parks because it's an excellent resource to learn conservation and resource management, and also it gives the students an opportunity to be involved in projects that the Park District can use in order to make the parks a better place for visitation.
It's a beautiful day here, even though skies are a little clouded over and we have a little drizzle of rain. The day's going to come where this is going to look a lot different than it does today. Water will be backed up from a levee, from the creek, all the way up here, establishing some wetlands, something that is rapidly disappearing in this part of the country. I'm always amazed at what I see when I'm out. All different kinds of birds. I never get tired of seeing them flying by, noticing the colors, the different species, just the wonders of nature, how they've adapted. I remember as a youngster in this area seeing hundreds of eastern bluebirds. Now we see very few. And without the help of the nesting boxes that we provide, they were in a very big decline. But they're coming back.
Well, there's 3 of us. There's only 2 of them left. There's no scoutmaster taught me porcelain goggles. That's what means fate prevails. You can conduct the porcelain goggle here.
On count 3, everybody puts in a finger. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Congratulations, Matt. You win the first one.
Thank you.
Yeah, hello. My name is Don Davies. I'm camp master. Welcome to the camporee, fall camporee here at Medina Park System. This happens to be Hidden Hollow. We're having our advancement toward Eagle merit badges. We have different groups here. At this one area here, we have safety program merit badge that's going on.
He's taking a picture of our campsite. Someone's going to have my message. I got another sandwich, sir. Who can you beat it? You know what?
We live in one of the most heavily industrialized states in the Union. With a growing population, problems in our economy, and a rate of pollution never dreamed by those who came before, the dwellers of Medina County have a heartland in their county park district. It is a place where children go. It is ground. It is sacred ground.
No, I can't. There you go. Ready? Ready?
My name is Dwayne Crawford. I'm from Parahawk Powered Parachutes from Cauga Falls area. We came out to fly this morning, but the weather was a little unstable up over about 50 to 100 feet. The ground winds are not too bad, but the upper winds are blowing pretty good, and it rocked me around pretty good, so I decided to come down and put the chute away and wait till the winds drop down this evening.
They're still in the trailer.
Well, would you talk a little bit about conditions this morning? And
there's not a whole lot to say. The winds are, much stronger here than at our pilot meeting, and much stronger than forecast. And I don't know if there'll be any balloons at all fly this morning.
Yeah.
He just tried. He gave it an effort, and it just doesn't feel like a flying morning. It's much worse than forecast.
Yeah.
So the safe thing is just leave it in the trailer.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to tell you a little bit about my part in being with this B-25 J. Mitchell bomber. Isn't she a beautiful aircraft? She's beautiful because we care, all of us. This aircraft is one of 19, as far as we know, that are still flying here in the United States, or maybe throughout the world. I really don't know, but there are 19 of them. I'm proud to be a part of the group with this aircraft. Colonel Lamont and I have been together many years, and this is his life, this aircraft, taking care of it, and being with our crew and friends. We like to bring this aircraft to all the various air shows, not only because she's just beautiful display, and we love being with her, but to show people the aircraft that defended this country. I'd like to tell you a little story. Many of the places that we go to, Colonel Lamont is interviewed. In one of the interviews, the reporter asked him how old he was. Well, I know. If anyone asks Colonel Lamont how old he is, he'll tell you 24. And I did ask her, well, how old did he tell you he was? And she said, 24, but I want to know really what his real age is. And I pointed up to the cockpit of this aircraft and I said, when he gets in that pilot's seat, in the left seat, that's exactly what he is, 24 again.
So we want to give it up for all the pilots who gave it a try this morning. Thank you for coming out and being a part of this. We appreciate it.
Here, and I guess I'll go over some of the things that I do whenever I'm flying. My trademark maneuvers are the straight knife edges and the serrated knife edge pass that I do. That's where you're flying on the side of the airplane without the use of the wings, and I do a straight, steady pass, knife edge they call it, and then one that I invented in 1984. Well, I didn't invent it myself. I took it off of a model airplane pilot. And you roll the airplane up into the knife edge and you just give that rudder the workings, and it's a pretty spectacular maneuver. It sounds good, too. I've been flying all my life, and I fly this little airplane. It weighs 750 pounds and got 230 horsepower. I like to call it the Indy car of the sky. I'm a second-generation air show pilot. My dad was a pilot in air shows and aerobatic competition. In fact, this was his airplane right here. You can see his name is still on the side of the airplane. All I did was add co-pilot in front of it. I've flown all my life. My dad had an airplane when we were kids, and I thought everybody should have an airplane. little did I know that we were one of the lucky few. I bring my wife, Audrey, does the announcing for my show, and she's half of the air show. She captures the spirit and brings the crowd out and gets the kids involved, and that's really important in an air show routine. I bring a substantial ground crew, you could say. There's usually 7 of us. I got Audrey, and my one daughter's name is Brooks, which she has got a job now on a lot of the shows she doesn't make. Clancy is me. My son Dan, named after my dad, and my daughter's named Amelia, spelled with an E, so our names run right down the alphabet to E. Everybody does their part. Dan, he props me, and my brother, and we got a nephew with me now, Ron is my nephew. He checks the airplane, handles the radios. Everybody has a part to do, and it all comes together, and it's really nice to see the crew all dressed in red and white and doing their tasks pertaining to getting the air show off the ground and back on the ground safely. And I have radio communication with Dan whenever I'm in the air. In case I want to change something or modify a routine, and he can just relay the message to my wife, which is doing the announcing.
On the way down for us, he has a surprise coming. Here comes a snap roll on the way down, and we call that maneuver. And the world turns. What a way to look at the ground. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with this maneuver we're watching, it's one of the hardest for Clancy to perform. He's making a 360-degree circle with 4 alternating rolls, one to the inside, one to the out. Clancy's either being pushed down into that seat or being pushed out of that seat, hanging on the strap. He's watching his altitude, keeping that tight circle, watching his feet.
We're here today at Wadsworth Airport. Nice blue sky with some nice white puffy clouds for a good air show. My name is Colonel Glenn H. Lamont, and I'm out of Detroit City Airport. Today I flown the B-25 in for their event here today, and I trust everything is going to work out rather well. It seems to be. Give you a little background. My military career started out in the Marine Corps in World War II, and I served in the Pacific. Then after the war was over and what have you, I joined up with the Air Force during the transition period of the Army Air Corps to the United States Air Force. So I've always had quite a dedication for our World War II type aircraft, because these are the aircraft that defended this country in World War II.
You know, we have a member of our crew who is deaf. Steve Allen has been with us for about 15 years. And I want all of you to meet Steve. Steve knows every bolt, nut, and rivet on this aircraft. And it's really quite amazing. He's very close to Glenn. He reads the lips. And he almost knows what Glenn is going to do before Glenn does it.
Hi, my name is Karen Reed, and I'm really just a symbol for a lot of the crew members that are members of the crew for this Mitchell Bomber B-25. I've been flying for about 10 years and have been very active as a flight instructor the past several years, and I'm very good friends with Martha Tenon, who's the co-pilot. Martha's been my flight instructor for several of my ratings, and we've both come to know and love the old warbirds. I got to know the warbirds much better in the past couple of years through her love of the B-25. She got to know Glenn and Rose and the other crew members and has spent a tremendous amount of time learning the systems, learning how to fly the airplane, learning what makes a good show for the people that get a chance to come and view the plane.
Standing here, it's my head's still up in the clouds a little bit because I just got done doing a series of low passes in the B-25 here for the Wadsworth Balloon Festival. It takes me a couple minutes to get my adrenaline down and get down to earth from it. Flying this is one of the best things that's ever happened to me in my life. I learned to fly right here in Wadsworth area up at Sky Park Airport and got most of my ratings up there, and through the course of the influences I had up there and the chances that I got, I ended up flying with the Colonel. Wadsworth is my home away from home. I tell people I sleep in my house, but I live out here in Wadsworth. I even thought if I ever wanted to move, I'd move out here. I feel real comfortable with the town. This is like the clash of two worlds. My alter ego that's on the weekends, and then my other ego at Sky Park clashing here. It's been very nice all weekend, and I feel like my two worlds have meshed. And if you
My name is Ed Dean, and I'm the airport manager here at the Wadsworth Municipal Airport. I've been employed here since '92 and enjoy every minute of it. Our responsibilities here are maintaining the airport in its condition. That's both in the summer and winter, which includes plowing and cutting the grass and keeping the place looking right. I enjoy this job immensely. It gives me the opportunity to meet people that I have never met before on a daily basis, new people coming into this community. This air show and these balloon races are probably one of the more premier things for the community any given year.
Good morning. I was asked to just say a few words concerning the grounds here at the Wadsworth Municipal Airport. My duties this year are the main grounds as far as setting up for parking, pilot, balloon chase vehicles, and so forth. I've worked with the Sheriff's Department this year, along with Luann Nagel and the large majority of the committee involved with the Balloon Fest this year. So far, we've had an excellent show. Parking and everything that I've been responsible for has moved very smoothly, and I might add I had a lot of coaching from last year's grounds chairperson, Steve Ellis. So he coached me quite a bit, and I'm very appreciative of that information which he gave me.
I have many thanks to hundreds of people who have contributed countless hours, volunteer hours of putting this program together for the Chamber of Commerce. Thank yous go to so many people. It's almost too numerous to tell you the number of people that have been involved in the planning of this event. This is the 15th annual Wadsworth Balloon Festival. We started making plans immediately following last year's Balloon Festival in July. I have 25 committee people that are actually attended meetings every month on this. But I have countless other people that are involved, such as the Sheriff's Department, Wadsworth City, the Fire Department, the EMSs, the Ambulatory Care, Wadsworth Airmen's Association, my sponsors. So there's just numerous people involved with this.
dedication, the hours of time that Colonel Ahmad and his friends spent on this aircraft. We all worked very hard on her, proud of her. We're proud to take her to the air shows. We really want everyone to see the aircraft that defended this country. As most of you may know, the B-22 beautiful. That was the aircraft that Margaret and riding here of the United States. That's the ribbon of the aircraft. Here she comes in and turn around.
What I want to know, kids, is who had a favorite maneuver? That was I just want you to know we stayed to watch it. It was terrific. It was really Thank you very much. Did you get a poster?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Ever seen a hot air glow? It's something that you don't want to miss, because those things are one of the world tells us. Thank you. I've just been advised that I've been saying this wrong for a age. Okay, we have balloons on the field right now. If you're going to be taking up ladies, that's the balloons right now. So sit back in your chairs and have a nice time.
People have been asking, how long it takes to inflate a balloon. Balloons be inflated typically for 5 minutes or 15 minutes.
After the 15th year of the Balloon Festival and Fly Days in Wadsworth, we found that weather has diminished our crowd substantially to the point that there won't be a show in 1995. However, we look forward to the group of marvelous volunteers and people who worked very hard together in past years that they might assimilate again a new and better festival in the years ahead. Let's hope that the latest of the greatest is not the last of the greatest.